Hello, everyone. I'm probably a face you haven't seen before, but this is probably going to be more of a familiar face to some of you out there. My name is Eric Tidwell. This is my brother, Daniel. And what we're going to do is, I feel like the American drinking culture in general is a little bit misinformed and a little bit ignorant when it comes to drinking. So, you know, to each their own, but it is, as I feel that way, I would like to, in some way, maybe broaden some horizons if I could, mainly because I do wear 80s gym pants.
It qualifies you.
Yes, it qualifies me as a beer advocate.
But what does actually qualify you?
Well, okay, let's talk about that. I have been trying new beers for years now, and I've been. This show is going to be mainly about beer. We're going to do some liquors too. I mean, I do definitely enjoy some vodkas, some gins and tequilas and things like that, whiskeys and all. But mainly it's going to be about beer. It's going to be about craft beer, American made, and then a lot of Belgian beers and German beers and things like that. Which brings me to what qualifies me. I have had over 1,000 different types of beer. There's still stuff I'm trying to work through, but I'll hopefully be able to do some of that on here. And I've traveled the world in search of the perfect pint, so to speak. I've been to the major beer countries that you would associate: Belgium, Germany, England, the Netherlands, the Czech Republic. Can't forget there. Places like that. So, having tried all these different types, I feel like I'm pretty well-rounded in all the different styles as well. I mean, I've had everything from a stout and a porter that has some kind of weird juniper berry flavor to, everything in between I've pretty much tried. And I'm willing to try pretty much absolutely any sort of alcoholic beverage. Yeah.
That didn't sound like an alcoholic statement.
No, not at all. So what we're going to be mainly focusing on these first couple installments. Since it's the first one, I just want to give a little synopsis of what I wanted to do. I want to focus on beer ratings, beer reviews, and just different types and styles. The first couple episodes are generally going to be Trappist beers, which are beers brewed in abbeys by monks or under the supervision of monks. There's 6 in Belgium, 1 in the Netherlands, for a total of 7 in the world that actually still brew beer. There's 171 worldwide. So, we're going to talk... the first beer we're going to review here is going to be Trappist Rochefort 10. It is 11.3% alcohol. Now, I know that sounds like, well, isn't that pretty much a wine percentage? Yeah, it is. That's why you can't drink these straight out of the bottle. Well, you can drink it straight out of the bottle. I wouldn't suggest it. But you can't drink these just straight out of the bottle to the face.
Don't want to bong it.
Yeah, you don't want to beer bong this one. It could cause problems later. So this is Trappist Rochefort 10. It's made by one of the 6 abbeys, the 6 Trappist abbeys in Belgium. Generally, these beers, there's 2 topics I really want to touch on to set things up. This might look a little goofy to some people, drinking this out of a chalice. This is my Chimay chalice here. It may look a little goofy, a little funny and strange. Well, Belgian beers are as complex of a taste and as interesting of flavors as you're going to find in any fine wine. And to really bring out all those flavors, most of your taste, about 90%, is in your nose, is in your smell. So to bring out that, you really have to get the full aroma in your nose as you're drinking it, and that's what the chalice is for. So with that, I suggest most beers, it depends obviously a lot on the style. Most beers that are strong dark ale or Belgian triples and things like that should be served in the appropriate glassware and a higher temperature than most people are used to, usually right around 46 to 54 degrees is pretty much the sweet spot for most of them. Some colder. Another thing, actually, I had this question asked me today. When I mentioned that I like Belgian beer, I was asked, you mean like Blue Moon? Blue Moon is a Belgian style wheat ale that is quite Americanized. It's a good beer. I like it a lot. But that is not what I'm talking about. And besides that fact, you can't really classify Belgian beer. They do everything. And so just don't look at the label for Blue Moon and say, oh, well, that's a Belgian beer. I've tried Belgian beers now. That's just, if you want to get started with Blue Moon and then work your way, that's how I did it. But I don't really suggest drinking that and thinking you've had a Belgian beer. So, onto the rating. This is going to be Trappist Rochefort 10. I've obviously had a little bit of it. I'll show the different pouring techniques later on. Obviously, I've already poured this one, so I'm not going to show you. So, I'll take the little sip here. You would never be able to imagine that this has 11.3% alcohol, especially, I mean, people who would maybe have not had Trappist ales before would believe it, but it's super, super silky smooth for that. It's such a rich, almost dark brown sugar sort of velvety texture, but such a smooth, just really nice characteristic on the taste. You can go ahead and give yourself a little swig there.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah.
Yes. For the first time ever.
Oh, that's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
That is beautiful.
So
how much does that run?
This bottle alone is $7.49 at where I bought it. So this is one of the more expensive ones. I will say that. But it's not a cheap thing. And I mean, these beers are rare. The Trappist beers are rare. There's 7 in the world, as I said before, and I've had 6 of which. I've had all the line of the 6 of which that are actually imported into the United States. Like I said, I have been to Belgium, but I have not had one Abbaye Trappist over there called West Vleteren. That's next, so be looking for that in a future installment. Might even take you to a West Vleteren brewery. But anyway, so the point of this show is to give ratings to these different beers and give sort of a guideline. I'm going to be posting all of this online, and for any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to just anything. I'm welcome, and I'm more than happy to answer any question as long as it's not about my pants. And so I've devised a rating system. I will put all this online in writing. Basically, long story short, though, on here, this beer has earned my top 5th percentile, basically A+ rating. I've had many styles like this, and there's some that might match it, but there's none that I can say that are better. So this one gets an A+. From me, that's my take on this beer. I would strongly suggest it. The price tag is steep, so if you only do it one special occasion, fine, but just it's world class.
Worth a shot, you'd say.
Yeah, I'd say worth a shot. Go ahead.
The problem I find with the starting with an A+ is you don't have anywhere to go.
You don't, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for me to not give it the rating I see fit just because it is the first episode, though.
True.
It's hard for me to do that.
But could there possibly be something that gets a ++?
Yeah, there could be. I think. I think that.
So your sophisticated rating system is. I
don't think that I've. Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. There could be. But I don't think I found a beer that is just hands down better so far. So I have to give this one an A+. I feel.
Right.
It's hard not to.
I don't have a sophisticated rating system like him, but I would strongly recommend you give it a shot.
As would I.
One of the best Abbaye ales I've had, and I've had quite a few.
Yep. And any questions about any of this, I mean, I'm more than happy to answer questions. I'm, fairly knowledgeable on the subject of beer, especially the Belgian and German varieties, Czech as well, and English, actually. I really like English beers. We'll be reviewing a lot of those, too. It'll be fun for him. So, in order to time constrain this for YouTube, I will be putting my email address up and all that sort of stuff, so go ahead and shoot me a line. You can do it on the YouTube. You can do it pretty much anywhere. I'll be looking at it, and I will answer anything. I'm going to do these in installments of beer-by-beer basis. So this one, Trappist Rochefort 10, is going to be listed under that. A+ final answer, or final rating. And final answer. One of them, he wants to be a millionaire. All right. Bye for now. We'll be back later tonight with some more Trappist beers.